Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about microbial production of wine. This topic is coming under the paper Industrial Microbiology and also in Food Microbiology. Wine, the product made by the alcoholic fermentation of grape or grape juice by yeast and subsequent aging process. Wine can be produced by the fermentation of fruit juice, berries, honey, etc. Grape wine are of two types, red wine and white wines. The red wine fermented on the skin and it contains the red pigment from the skin of purple or red varieties of grapes. White wines are made from white grapes or the juices of other grapes fermented free of the skin. Wine is an undistilled product of fruit juice. It is produced by the alcoholic fermentation of fruit juice, especially grape juice. The microorganisms used in the fermentation are the strains of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, such as Saccharomyces var ellipsoides. In the wine fermentation, the sugars of grapes transformed into ethanol, carbon dioxide, and other byproducts under anaerobic condition by yeast. Okay. Manufacture of red wine. It involves 3 steps. First step, preparation of the juice. Second step, fermentation. Third step, storing and aging. Okay. First step, preparation of juice. Grapes are harvested at a stage when they have the desired sugar content. The concentration of sugar may ranges from 15 to 25%. Sugar concentration is dependent on the grape variety and degree of ripeness. Then these fruits are crushed in a wine press and the crushed fruits with juice are called must. The must is generally treated with sulfur dioxide or potassium metabisulfate to inhibit the growth of undesirable competitors or to prevent the spoilage. Okay. Let's move on to fermentation process. A natural inoculum of yeast or commercially available yeast is used and it is added to the crushed grapes or must. 2 to 5% of wine yeast is required. Wine yeast means Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay. So the grape juice mixed with yeast and sugar. Okay. So the contents of the tank are mixed first and it is mixed twice in a day. Okay. So this mixing helps to pump the juice over the skin or mix in some other way to aerate. Okay. So the mixing increases or enhances the aeration and thereby it encourages the growth of the yeast. Okay. This helps to extract the color from the skin. Okay. That is, the red wine have the color of red. Okay. Alternatively, the red pigments can be extracted from the skin by heat and added back to the juice. Okay. That is, the must or the fruit juice can be heated and thereby we can extract the color from the skin. Later, the mixing is discontinued for anaerobic fermentation. Okay. Active fermentation for the red wine takes place at 24 to 27 degrees Celsius and it requires 3 to 5 days. Active fermentation for white wine takes place at 10 to 21 degrees Celsius for 7 to 14 days. High temperature inhibits wine yeast and permits the growth of the competing organisms like lactobacilli. Too low in temperature decreases the action of wine yeast and permit the growth of lactic acid bacteria, etc. Heat is liberated during the fermentation process, so artificial cooling is required. Secondary fermentation or alcoholic fermentation. After the primary fermentation, the fermented juice is drawn off from the residues and placed in storage tank under carbon dioxide pressure. Okay, this is for the secondary fermentation. It takes about 7 to 11 days at 21 to 29 degrees Celsius. At this stage, the remaining sugar is fermented. Then clear fluid is drawn off from the sediment at the bottom of the tank. This is the alcoholic fermentation or the secondary fermentation. It is carried out under anaerobic condition. Third stage is the storing and aging. The wine may be flash pasteurized before aging to precipitate proteins. Then it is cooled and held for a few days. Then filtered and transferred to wooden tanks or plastic coated concrete tank for aging process. The tanks are sealed to keep out from the air. The final aging may be in the bottle. Aging for months or years result in desirable change in body and flavor of the wine. After aging, wine is filtered, clarified and bottled, then stored. Some wines are pasteurized after aging process, usually in bottle. The final alcohol content varies between 6 to 9%. There are different types of wines: still wine, sparkling wine, artificially carbonated wine, dry wine, sweet wine, fortified wine, table wine, and dessert wine. Sweet wine means the wines are sweet in taste and that have a good quantities of unfermented sugars. Sparkling wines means wines that are made effervescent by secondary fermentation in closed containers and contain carbon dioxide. Still wines do not contain carbon dioxide and are called still wine. Okay. Fortified wines are the wines which contain added alcohol in the form of brandy. Okay. Dry wines means wines which fall under this category contain too little sugar to be detected by taste. Okay, that is, sugars are almost completely fermented. Finally, we can discuss wine defects and microbial spoilage. Spoilage occurs due to metals or salt, enzymes, and agents used to clear the wine. Crushed grapes contain variety of microorganisms like bacteria, yeast, etc. And also contaminants from the soil also causes spoilage. Some of the examples for the spoilage microbes are Lactobacillus, Leuconostoc, Micrococcus, Pediococcus, etc. So we have discussed here what is wine, types of wine, its production, and wine defects. Okay, thank you.